I'm titling this video, It Takes a Special Person. Now, what I'm about to talk about is very sensitive and very personal. I know a lot of the videos that I've made on here are also still very personal. May not be super sensitive, it's just my life moments. But a super sensitive topic is mental health. And I think it's one of those to always be aware. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as like an awareness month. I think it's always good to have an awareness of mental health because, like, what do you do? Like, you have 1 month out of the entire 12 months to say, like, oh yeah, now we're gonna witness everybody go through mental health and make sure we're really caring for them. Like, it's not just a 1 month thing. It's a multiple life type of ordeal here. It's a lifetime. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where as humans we can't necessarily get out of it. I mean, we can help ourselves, but we'll still face it no matter what. Like, I was diagnosed with anxiety and then depression between the ages of 16 and 18. And I've dealt with it all from then to now at 25. And it's kind of wild. Now, this is the weird thing because I am one of those people that have figured out, and this took me years to figure out, but I'm one of those people that have figured out signs of either a panic attack, anxiety attack, both, or just depression. And it's hard to get yourself out of these things, but truthfully, I feel like you're the only person to actually get yourself out of them. And you can have help, but the help's really just to have like a little thing to talk to. And that's what I kind of use these videos for, even just making videos. It's just to talk. Obviously, like, I'm listening it to myself to evaluate how I'm feeling, how I'm viewing my body language, how I'm viewing my physical demeanor. Truthfully, you're the only one that can really get yourself out of it. So the reason why I bring this up is because today is a Friday. It's August 27th, I believe, or 8th. I think it's the 8th, 28th. Anyways, it's almost the end of August. Or it is the end of August. And I went to work today. I went there and we just cleaned and took 2 emergency visits for, patients. Super, super simple stuff. And I think I realized why I like dentistry so much is because for me, it's, in my world of dentistry of being an orthodontics, you're not really stressing that much. I mean, yeah, you have certain moments that you try and avoid and try and prevent as much as possible, but that's just the exciting part when it does happen. So you kind of just feel ready and prepared and feel like you can actually do your position right. But that's also, again, so dentistry is just super relaxing to me. It's super fulfilling. And that's one of the reasons why I want to pursue it still. But besides the point, going back to mental health here, I had work and it was just me and my coworker, and I don't know how it got brought up, but I think it was because I said something about, I was depressed Monday, and I just really am good at hiding my mental health. I don't hold it in, but which also is another thing, don't ever hold mental health in, but if you're someone like me, I don't like to broadcast it. I'm one of those types of people that will have it and will just rock with it because I know it's going to be done after a few. Sometimes I'll be in a depressive episode for 3 days, but I know that at the end of the time, I'll get out of it. Like, a smile has changed everything for me. I never thought this, but this was so true. Psychologically, it makes sense. Doesn't matter what you're going through, smile. Just smile, even if you have to force it, because at the end of the day, there's something that goes on in your brain. When you smile, when you lift these muscles, you're like, wow, I feel a little bit better about myself. Even if you don't feel better 2 seconds afterwards, it's all about smiling to make sure that people know that you're okay when you're maybe not really okay. So I told her simply, like, I had depression Monday. And then it comes to be today. I was like, yeah, well, also guess what? I struggle with anxiety pretty bad, and it runs in the family. It's on my dad's side. And my twin sister has it, my other sister has it, my niece has it. There's a lot of people in my family that have mental health disorders. But I'm the only one that really doesn't take medication for it because I was prescribed it, but I just figured out that I don't need it all the time. Because quite honestly, I'm so happy. Like, the money's important, but finding a lifelong career, something that you thoroughly enjoy, something that you can see yourself doing and making other people happy, is something I strive for because that makes my mental health so much better. I love the field I'm in. If I hated it like I've hated all the other jobs I've ever had, my mental health's bad. But this one has, this one has made my mental health so good. I mean, obviously I have my days, but it's not lasting for months on end anymore, or weeks on end, or just short terms of a couple days. But it was kind of funny to her because, or funny to me to see her saying like, oh wow, really? Yeah, I don't bottle these things up, but I just hide it very well because at the end of the day, I just don't want someone to be like, oh my God, are you okay? And like doing this and that. Like, you know, my new girl here, she asked me that here and there, and I know that significant others are supposed to help each other through this, but I can't do it. I can't. If it's really bad, that's a different story. But since the stuff that I have is just like, meh. Like, I was in front of my girl's parents, and my girl was on my right hand side, and she was working on homework. Her parents were in front of us, and we're just talking and having a good time. And I felt a panic attack coming on, just out of nowhere, just anxiety. This was late at night too, so maybe that was why. But she looks over at me, taps my shoulder, and says, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired." Obviously, I was having a little bit of an anxiety attack, but I think I'd much rather just have that confidence in myself to say that I'm okay and I know I'm going to be okay, rather than saying, "Hey, I'm not okay and I don't know if I'm going to be okay." And not everybody's like that. I just figured out myself in that sense that's how I roll. It feels good because it knows I can self-diagnose myself, and I know for a fact when it's coming. I don't take meds for it, but I also feel like I'm a better person now than I ever have been because I know I don't have to have something to control some stuff. Like, here, I'll show you guys this. I drink a lot, okay? I do. I'm not an alcoholic by any means, but I do drink. Like, our fridge is full of Michelob Ultras, and then we got 2 bottles of whiskeys up there. I don't necessarily drink the whiskeys, but it's for the right time, right reason. I'm just very proud of myself, to say the least. If you're watching this video, you're going through mental health yourself. A piece of advice that I want to give you is that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how badly deep you're into it, I promise you there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But I will say is that from my experience only, you are pretty much the only person that can get yourself out of it. If you feel like you think you can't and you can't, then, talk to somebody. Maybe they'll give you some words of advice and some stuff. But I don't know. There's just things that I hope that people can maybe relate to in this video to say, oh, maybe you should do this and do that. I'm going to say this too. Having a positive mindset is huge. I mean, I know it's so hard to have sometimes, but truthfully, it's like, as bad as it seems to be, maybe the energy in the room or the positive energy in the room, and you're fighting demons yourself, it's still good. Like, for me, this is my actual personal experience. Like, half the time I'm not feeling great, but I know it'll make me feel okayer or better if I'm the light of the room, to say, like, I'm making these people's nights better, these people's days better, because I'm being that type of person to them, to have their trust and, their idealism, to be like, oh my God, this kid is fucking awesome. Like, that's just simply how I picture my life. It's that. So to think positive, to try newer things, to always keep on reinventing, to keep on doing that preventative maintenance, like if you had a car, like, obviously check up on yourself a little bit here and there. Alone time is huge for me. It really is. Obviously, like now I'm in this relationship, and I do like my alone time, but I don't like to say like, hey, I need alone time. I just do my alone time, and when I'm done, I'm done. And I think that's super, super good. I think when people have mental health disorders themselves, and like you're dating somebody that's like that, maybe you're like, this person's maybe not being super responsive or something. Obviously, it could throw up red flags, but I think you just got to go with the flow and say, maybe there's something, wrong. Obviously, see if they're okay, but alone time is super important. But it's kind of crazy that just, I've impressed so many people the fact of just me not broadcasting my mental health. I think there might be some days where it comes out a little strong, but I think I do a pretty damn good job. So hopefully you're figuring this out yourself, and if not, then find somebody to help you get yourself out.